First, the headlines. Government cannot extract revenue from students, says Imphal College Students' Union. RIAMEI Naga Youth Organization boycotts Chief Minister N. Biren's proposed visit to Tamenglong. India records 30,256 new COVID-19 cases, 259 deaths in last 24 hours. Hello and a very good evening. You're watching the MAMITv English News Bulletin. I'm ALBINA RIAMEI. Condemning government's fund drive from students by citing lacks of revenue, General Secretary of Imphal College, Oinam Premdas, has demanded the authority to withdraw the step and fulfill the demands of the students. On the sideline of the Imphal College Students' Union visit to meet the officials of the Directorate of University and Higher Education at Kesampat, Oinam Premdas said the union had urged the authority to reduce the fees of the students considering the adversities of pandemic. But regardless of many attempts, including shutting down of schools and colleges in the state, the Education Minister paid no attention to the issue. He lamented that even if the government has shortage of funds, the government should be considerate of the financial state of the students as well instead of extracting revenues from students. He alleged that the government has appointed a minister in charge of education who is not well informed of the present trend. He asserted that unless the authority takes up necessary actions, the union will launch more intense protests.
Khatra mayamna khoi ki taliba dimansing asi atuwa matamda bibidrabadi sidagi hena kalla kalla khongjang kaya ama khoi satra singi mapam dagi lakani habasi khoi gi mairoi mayam gi mapam dagi thamjari dimansing asi khoi gi admission fee da amount to be deposited to government account nama section nama yaweba ada khoi gi moi gi adu da yawriba amount sing adu tabina ba hanjan hanjan khoi gi lenga haijakre adu mamangi pandemic tasu Ladiba Lengaki, Kogi, Ladiba, Fibamadu, pandemic condition, Nadu, Hauska, high river amount, Tabigi Nevadubo, Government the Pun Latrena, Ataxum Konganabatauri, but Government the pandemic anything about the Pun later of Gomen Nevada. Hogi Ladiba, my racing a city, pandemic anything Raga, Hena Pun Lera Cadrava. Satra sing a city, pandemic anything Raga, Hena Pasapaka Cadrava. Sakar Pasha Pai the Araga, Satra sing the Hankana convert to the Adu the Kalamba Waelo. Absiki akwai satra singda akwai absiki sigum laba mong asi matung hok tobira kanu sigum ba akwai satra ne taliba demand sing asi atuba matam da pipi dragadi mairoi sing akan ba khongjang hena changjalakani habasi thamjari.
The student volunteers confronted with police personnel in front of the gate of the Directorate Office. SP Imphal West, Dr. Ibomcha, along with other police officials, arrived at the scene and brought the situation under control. Lending solidarity to all tribal students union, Manipur assumes boycott of Chief Minister N. Biren's Go to Hill campaign. RIAMEI Naga Youth Organization Manipur has boycotted Chief Minister N. Biren's Tamenglong visit. In a press release, President of RNYOM Namngakdi Nicholas Gonmai and Secretary General of RNYOM Raipuilan Panmai said that the ongoing socio-political unrest in the state is due to the authorities' insincere approach towards implementing Article 371C of the Indian Constitution, even after Manipur had attained statehood for more than 50 years. RNYOM stated that Go to Hills campaign is a part of government scheme to take over the land of the hills. India recorded 30,256 new COVID-19 cases with 259 deaths in the last 24 hours. The country's cumulative COVID caseload stands at 3.34. India's active caseload declined by 13,977 cases in the last 24 hours, bringing the total tally to 3.18 lakh. The total COVID fatalities in the country reached 4.45 lakh. Meanwhile, a total of 43,938 patients recovered from COVID-19, bringing the total recoveries to 3.27 crore across the country. India's recovery rate now stands at 97.72%. So far, India administered a total of 37.78 lakh COVID-19 vaccine doses in the last 24 hours, bringing the total number of doses administered across the country under the nationwide vaccination drive to 80.80 crore. President of Apna Dal as Manipur Pradesh, Konthausam Manoranjan, has announced that no candidate with degree below undergraduate will be allowed to contest as a representative in the 12th Manipur Legislative Assembly election. In a one-day political convention organized by All-Round Development Organization Kairao AC at ARDO ground in Kairao, Makting, Makhalekai, Konthausam Manoranjan said that a political leader has a huge responsibility in the making of laws, so a well-educated candidate should be chosen.
With the political experience, with the distinguished political service, distinguished social worker, whether or an ex-minister or ex-MLA may be considered. Hanam MLA or Meti Koregasu, Hanamati or Meti Koregasu, or Nataga, politically Kanoda, Magi distinguished. Output labor, another activity labor, Radana social worker moina, say Manga Amatarama, Koiraba, that may be considered. Otherwise, for case application, unaware the Kano alias, minimum graduate is my qualification. So,
the event was attended by Chairman of Election Campaign Committee of MI Khan Sahibuddin Shah, Working President of Apna Dal M. Thoiba, General Secretary of ARDO Biren Jongtham, and other members. Politics is not a family business, said the intending candidate of Kaisamtong AC, Nishikanta Sapam, in the inaugural ceremony of polling office at Ilangbam Laikai 1217, organized by Team Nishikanta at Kaisamtong AC. The intending candidate asserted that he is contesting in the upcoming election with the aim of fulfilling the needs of the people of Kaisamtong AC. He said, though contesting an election requires money, he does not intend to use money power or martial power to get elected. The inaugurated polling office will be a huge aid to overseeing the development of Ilangbam Laikai and monitoring the transparency of the developmental conducts by the authorities.
The pandemic matam sida war matam sida mating pang de kamai pang dino amin hai vote ta paisa chang daba yadar matang ya disi akhoi sida the family kya angang pandemic ta tha ahum akhoi close tawre ming chen mangam da yaure awana yaure acha thak yaure hida ki yaure ada akhoi na khara mating pang su bad press ai na hayeng po tha da doira Narendra Modi na first Narendra Modi ji first kaino da khoi pandemic ta tha ha ma tha ka to matam da farmers ke account rupa lising ani ni lising taru yong na thai mi loyong phangam da yai ado tha di thai mi awa matam da Manipur ta tha hum ban da wai da prithvi da kam to moy sidai da micham ai gum businessman phre phre hai ra kan da dukan ma cha phamja ba thang ma cha ma tau ja ba kanam to lo phangdam nei sidai su mateng pang da di pang da bai tu ni sidai da akhoi na polit adu ne hai se politician na thaba vote ka ge hai di mana sidai vote ni gadam na te ba English ta haraga rise to the occasion. See pandemic say awa matamni unfortunately but sidai the mating panghu the mido sidai the kirine le ho mido moi bochung le poi tan mi awa matam chong thok the mido kari ma ka dong chong thok ko no nungai kan chong thok hai ro adu ne hai se adu ne khoi di serve rise to the occasion pin sewa to ba matom da thamoi do thamoi pan bane thamoi dam yaning ni adu matom dam lak chagani adu ne khoi thamoi joy to gen lak chagani masal power kem daga ta di
The intending candidate of Uripok AC in the upcoming Manipur State Legislative Assembly election and former chairperson of IMC RK Ranishana supervised the Seva or Samarpan Abhiyan celebration in relation with Prime Minister Narendra Modi's birthday. The celebration was organized by different self-help groups of Uripok, like Hurembi and Khoisnam Laikai at like Hurembi Laikai today. Speaking on the occasion, RK Ranishana said, "We all play a huge role in the proper implementation and functioning of the different schemes and programs undertaken by Prime Minister Modi." He asserted that only through hard work and unity we can make a developed and better society.
Vaccine dose na katokpa jiti hai bani humje kai dana bucha labadi covid laina dadi naktok ngambani aduna covid laina se koi ihan hana uri pokte mutalasi vaccine dose na kapiu modi ji apamba laitala mateng pamba se akoi ngambo oisi loina na loisalapada uri pokta BJP MLA ama thamchi adubu handati Nupa mayamam lisang sinakare hanaki nupi waina amatang tagatsi hai wai jahara ay matang ditenden.
Under the supervision of Executive Member of BJP Manipur Pradesh Khundrakpam Manjor Mangang and as part of Seva or Samarpan Abhiyan, BJP Khangabok Mandal distributed food items to the senior citizens of the senior citizen home at Wangbal Part 1. Speaking on the occasion, Manjor Mangang said, following the footsteps of Prime Minister Modi, we should take care of our elders and the senior citizens.
Aku wakil zilau jaga, ay sama su hari besar, ay sahih kuding dua na, ay nak khajit tani masih ay nak khajit tam sebab penjari besar, ay mai pa lagi jaga na, hampa koya seno.
The event was attended by Secretary General of BJP Khangabok Mandal, Ningthaujam Ramananda Singh, Superintendent of the Senior Citizen Home KH Tomba Singh and other members of BJP Khangabok Mandal. Social worker Thongam Shanti has handed out 12 GI sheet bundles to 7 households below poverty line of ward number 4, 5 and 6 at Tronglaubi of Moirang AC. The GI sheet distribution was organized by Tronglaubi unit of Moirang Kendra Progressive Front MKPF, Tronglaubi Awang Laikai at CH Robin's residence. Speaking on the occasion, TH Shanti said the distribution of housing items by the MKPF under the aegis of Pradhan Mantri Awaj Yojana will be of a huge aid to the households below poverty line. The occasion was attended by social worker Thongam Shanti Singh, Secretary of MKPF M. Uttam Kumar Singh and members of MKPF Tronglaubi unit.
Madugi awabadu laibiriba jilagi miyoisingna amadi pradhan singna ubidrabanina akhoi saitegi angam mateng akhoi pandam Moirang Kendra lairab ko ngene hebo wakhalondugi paring naina sathajarpa adugi tangkak aboina asigumba CICC yentokoi thormasing asi pangthok sabani masina loibinate lehuri bijung pundugi makha tabasu ayemandai Moirang Kendra Progressive Front na matamgi matungina aikoina kari makha taba towe yabage hebedo akoi amu hana khadna jaraga makoi lemhuri bakra dusu bateng pangnagi dugba tajado koi amuk lojagini hebo phomche yamda thamjari
ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯍꯥꯟꯅꯗꯒꯤ ꯗꯤꯟꯁꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯌꯨꯗꯅ ꯂꯩꯕꯅꯦ ꯁꯤꯟꯕꯁꯨ ꯉꯝꯗ꯭ꯔꯦ ꯑꯗꯣ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛ ꯀꯀꯥ ꯁꯥꯟꯇꯤꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛ ꯗꯤꯟꯁꯦ ꯄꯤꯗꯕꯤꯗꯅ ꯗꯤꯟꯁꯦ ꯁꯤꯟꯕꯤꯔꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯒꯤ ꯀꯀꯥ ꯁꯥꯟꯇꯤꯕꯨ ꯍꯔꯥꯎꯕ ꯐꯣꯡꯗꯣꯛꯆꯔꯤ.
Now we have a short commercial break. Stay tuned for more updates. Welcome back. Charanjit Singh Chani has taken oath as the first Dalit Chief Minister of Punjab amid a bitter war within the state Congress. The Congress had picked Charanjit Singh Chani as the Chief Minister of Punjab a day after Amrinder Singh resigned following a bitter power tussle in the party. Chani is considered close to Navjot Singh Sidhu. Punjab CM Chani during his press conference today said that the party is supreme, not the Chief Minister and other ministers, and they will move as per Congress ideology and work for the integrity of the country. He also said he will visit all parts of Punjab and instruct bureaucrats to meet the people. Rahul Gandhi took to Facebook to post pictures from Punjab Chief Minister Chani's oath-taking ceremony, which took place today morning. He also added that the party is committed to the progress of the people and they will remain so in the future. Further, Prime Minister Narendra Modi congratulated Charanjit Singh Chani after he took oath as Punjab Chief Minister along with 2 deputies today. Assam Chief Minister and BJP Northeast strategist Himanta Biswa Sharma will travel to Nagaland as Centre resumes dialogue with Naga political talk teams. The talks would continue under the 2015 framework agreement that was signed by the Centre and National Socialist Council of Nagaland and FCNIM for paving way to the final solution. Stalled last year after the Naga rebel group had blamed then Nagaland Governor N. Ravi for creating unnecessary confusion and almost derailing the peace process with his reckless statements. New Delhi has once again started to make some crucial moves to resume the talks. Apart from NSCN-IM, the Centre is also separately holding the peace talks with 8 other Naga armed groups which came together a few years ago under the banner of Naga National Political Groups of NNPGs. Himanta Biswa Sharma, who is also the convener of the Northeast Democratic Alliance NEDA, the BJP-led anti-Congress political platform with regional parties in the Northeast, is likely to meet the leadership of the NSCN-IM and NNPGs on Tuesday. Russia's opposition accused the authorities of mass voter fraud as election results showed the ruling United Russia Party winning a sweeping majority in parliament today. The 3-day vote that ended on Sunday followed an unprecedented crackdown on critics of President Vladimir Putin and came with pre-election polls showing United Russia's popularity at a historic low. But the party still claimed a 2/3 majority in the lower house State Duma, with United Russia's Andrei Turchak saying it was a convincing and clean victory. He told reporters the party had taken 120 seats from the party list and 195 single-mandate seats, a total of 315 seats from 450. It was a drop from the 334 seats United Russia held before the election, but still enough for the party to enact major legislation, including changes to the constitution. Before we end the bulletin, let's look at the top news headlines once again. Government cannot extract revenue from students, says Imphal College Students' Union. RIAMEI Naga Youth Organization boycotts Chief Minister and Biren's proposed visit to Tamenglong. India records 30,256 new COVID-19 cases, 259 deaths in last 24 hours. With that, it's a wrap for this evening news bulletin. Thank you for joining us. Have a good time.